Hey everybody, it's Luke again for the BWESTBUILDZ channel. We're going to do another part 3 here. We're going to do another little project that I'm going to walk you guys through. Just another short little episode by myself, but should be pretty fun. A little educational, but not too bad. We are going to set ring gaps today. Not quite ready to install the pistons yet because I'm waiting on my timing components to get here, my degree wheel, my other little tools that I need. But we're going to go ahead and do this today. We've got everything laid out. 1, 2, number 3, 4. They're all laid out where they need to go because they've all been bored out specifically in the engine block to each spec of the pistons themselves. So I've got these all laid out. I've got my feeler gauge. I've got my rings that we've got. We got top ring, mid ring, and the lower oil ring set up. I've got my ring filer here, my just basic hand filer. I've also got a little finish file to make sure we get all the little burrs off. And I've got our engine set up to ready to go. And each one's labeled number 5, 6, 7, and 8. The other side is 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we'll see how it goes. I've got the camera set up on the tripod here so I can use both my fingers, both my hands. And we'll just set that nice and easy on the inside. Kind of slip her in a little bit. Just a little. And then what we do is we grab a piston. We kind of line it up a little straight here, and we got to push it down about 1 inch to 2 inches down inside to make sure it's seated nice and flush. Okay, take that, and then we're going to take our feeler gauges, and we need to measure the distance between the gaps over here, which I've already did this one. It's got about 8 thousandths of an inch of gap. It does need to get a little bit wider, so we will take it back out and we will grind her down a little bit. Okay, I got this mocked up just a little bit here. So basically what we're going to do is make sure that both sides of this are seated against the pegs. You take one end, just kind of butt it up just very gently against the grinder wheel. Set it in there kind of nice with your fingers, and then kind of grind away until you get the desired thickness that you want. Just very nice and easy. Take a little bit off at a time, and then take her off. We'll take our little file here and kind of knock the edges off, make sure the burrs are gone, and then we'll put it back on our hole and recheck the distance. Okay, got her ground down just a little bit on this first ring here for the number 5 cylinder. It's a top ring. Right now we're looking for about 16 thousandths of an inch gap between the edges of that ring. We're going to push it down real quick to our depth. I've got my feeler gauge set up for 0.16. That's 16 thousandths of an inch. It's not very thick at all, but you can feel it. My gap's down here, and it looks like we got right at 16 thousandths of an inch on this one, so we should be good to go. Now on the next one, on the second ring that goes behind it, lower down in the hole, you want to set them just a little bit bigger. We're going to set those at 18 thousandths of an inch, so a little bit wider, but not much. Okay, so I got my second ring for the number 5 cylinder. We're going to slip her right in there. Get her started a little bit. Same procedure. We're going to go ahead and push her down inside about 1 inch, 2 inches. Make sure it's kind of level. I've got my feeler gauge set here to right at 0.18, so that is 18 thousandths of an inch. So that's what we're going to try to shoot for. And I already done test fitted this, and I couldn't believe it when I pulled it straight out of the bag. But this guy here is pretty well set perfect to 18 thousandths. I couldn't believe it. Just slides right in there. A little bit of resistance. I'll probably take a file and just kind of mark on it a little bit here, but it's pretty well set to go. Okay, now that we've got it set on our number 5 piston, I'm going to take that piston. We're going to try to install these real quick. See if I can do this. Gonna slip them on. Put this oil ring on. It doesn't have any tolerance because it just kind of sits there in the groove, just as is. Okay, our bottom ring that we just ground last. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but down in tiny print right here it says top. These are beveled and made to go on a certain way, so you got to make sure you put them in the correct way. So we'll just kind of slip this on here like such, kind of spread it a little bit. Oop. See if I can get it in camera so you guys can see. Make sure that we don't put too much pressure on it. Just kind of guide it down in there in the other groove. Like such. Kind of ease it on in there. Kind of go with it. Kind of push it over that ridge. And just like that, there she goes. I don't know if you guys can see it now, but right there, really tiny, it says TOP, top side. So make sure you got it facing up. And then the top ring doesn't really matter. It's not made a certain way, it just goes right in there. So get that set in there. And there she is. Now when we go together and actually put this in the motor, we are going to offset these. You never want to have both these gaps lined up. You want to offset them 180 degrees from each other and then set her right into the engine. But that's it for right now. We did number 5 cylinder already. We've got 8 more to go. Well, 7 of the 8 more to go. So bear with me and we'll see what happens. Alright guys, that's it for today. I got them all done. Got them all put together, put the rings on. The only one that doesn't have rings on yet is cylinder number 1, but that's because we're going to use it to time the motor once the next step is ready to go. So stay tuned and like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys later. Thanks guys.